Hi, this is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com, right back here on WagerTalk TV with your NFL Fade the Public video for the conference championship games this Sunday, January 30th. AFC, NFC conference title games to decide who goes to Super Bowl 56 in a couple weeks. I'm going to let you know where the public is on the side and total in both games and give you some in-depth analysis as well for Championship Sunday right here on this free video coming up in just a moment. Hey, quick reminder, if you want my official NFL best bets for Sunday's AFC and NFC title games, go to my page right now, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. 8-2, 80% in the NFL playoffs, including a perfect 3-0 sweep last Sunday. 8-2, 80% now in the NFL postseason. It continues with strong plays for Sunday's AFC and NFC action at WagerTalk.com. And if you're joining us earlier in the weekend, don't forget college basketball, a huge card on Saturday. NBA each and every day as well. College and pro basketball in full swing. I am the number one ranked college basketball handicapper the past 2 years combined since I joined WagerTalk.com. Conference basketball is here. You know, we're talking NFL in this video. We got two big games Sunday, the Super Bowl in a couple weeks. But your bread and butter sport right now is basketball. We average 2 to 3 plays every day and night in college and pro hoops. So it's a great time to be an all sports client. And right now you can get the next 2 weeks through the Super Bowl for free. That's right. Here's the deal. Start taking a long-term investment approach, get an annual package, and it'll take you all the way through next year's Super Bowl. A one-year package through Super Bowl 57 in February of 2023, and we're going to include the next 2 weeks up into this Super Bowl for free. So you're getting 2 bonus weeks when you buy an annual package right now. Plus, I'm giving you an $800 discount on top of that. That's over a year plus, a full year plus 2 bonus weeks when you sign up this weekend. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. No promo code needed. Go to my page right now, and you'll see that fantastic offer in full detail, which includes an $800 discount. Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. All right, let's get to the NFC and AFC championship games this Sunday, January 30th. First game is the AFC title game in Kansas City at 3 o'clock Eastern. First, we got to talk weather, right? Kansas City can get very cold this time of the year, but guess what? It's going to be clear and nice, about as nice as it could be in late January in Kansas City. East Coast got hit with some snow this weekend. That's not the case in the Midwest. Looking at about a 45-degree kickoff temperature on Sunday afternoon. Clear conditions, no rain, no wind. So weather is not a factor in either game this weekend. So we can get that out of the way. Let's look at the matchup here. These teams, of course, played earlier in the season, and Kansas City lost outright as a 3.5-point road favorite at Cincinnati back on January 2nd, just less than a month ago. And really nothing misleading with that high-scoring game. These two teams just threw the ball left and right. They had 21 points combined in the first quarter. The Bengals were up 14-7. At halftime, they'd already put up 45 points. The game total, by the way, was 51. 2 minutes into the third quarter, they'd already totaled 54 points. So this game went over barely at the start of the third quarter, the first meeting. So it's understandable that the most public play this week is the over in the rematch. Of either side or total in either game, this is by far the most public play this week, and that's over the 54.5 between Kansas City and Cincinnati. Hard to disagree. You know, look, they opened this line. One sportsbook opened this line last week and as low as 51. I thought that was ridiculous. That did not last long. Most other books within 5 minutes opened at 53.5 or so. Now it's 54, 54.5 as we head into the weekend. And, of course, everybody saw that Buffalo-Kansas City game soar over the total in the last 2 minutes of regulation when they put up 25 combined points and they head to overtime. But once again, neither team was able to stop each other a few weeks ago when these teams played back on January 2nd. And it doesn't look like much has changed here. The public thinks this will be a high-scoring game. It's the most public play this week is over 54.5 in the Bengals-Chiefs game. And once again, as far as the side in this game, pretty split action here. Probably a little lean overall towards Kansas City. And we have seen this line move higher. It's been 7 all week, a very key number. Mathematically, the Chiefs have about a 5% chance of winning this game by exactly 7 points as a favorite. We have seen a lot of sports books go to minus 120. So it looks like we might see some 7.5s pop this weekend unless we get more public money on the Bengals. Right now, I don't necessarily see that happening. I'm seeing it pretty split, a little bit of a lean action in a lot of spots towards Kansas City, and that's why we're seeing that line rise to 7 minus 120. We might see some 7.5. So if you like Cincinnati, I would wait. You might get a 7.5 by kickoff on Sunday. If you like the Chiefs, I'd go ahead and play the minus 7. Does not look like it's going to head back down to 6.5. Both these teams have been red hot down the stretch. Cincinnati 5-1 straight up, a perfect 6-0 against the spread. Their only loss straight up was that meaningless game against Cleveland, which they rested Joe Burrow and other starters in the finale, which followed that Kansas City win the week before. Chiefs, meanwhile, have gone 7-1 straight up their last 8. Their only loss, though, was as a road favorite at Cincinnati. So some really interesting dynamics here as far as this quick rematch in less than a month. Bengals have overall covered 6 straight games, including 4 straight road games. As I mentioned, also, Kansas City's been very strong. They did lose at Cincinnati. That's their only recent loss straight up. But in home games on a strong home field, an Arrowhead with fans is a legitimate home field advantage. They're 7-1 against the spread the last 8 times they've played a winning team. Once again, that only loss, though, was at Cincinnati. They've covered 6 straight home games, though, otherwise, as that was a road game. So both teams in excellent form against the point spread. Public pretty much split on the side, but they do like the over in this one. That goes at 3 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sunday afternoon. As far as the injury report, pretty clean for both teams. Safety Tyrann Mathieu for the Chiefs left the last game with a concussion. That was a loss against Buffalo. They obviously had some problems stopping those long passes. He's expected to play this week. He's in concussion protocol, but once again, being the championship game, I'd be surprised if he does not make an appearance and play as expected. Let's look at the NFC Championship game. Just a quick reminder, if you want my number 1 ranked college basketball, my NBA each and every day, and my NFL playoffs, which are 8-2, 80% already this postseason, you really should consider an all-sports subscription. Now look, you can get 3 days for $49 if you want to try it out. That would get you Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Monday, Tuesday, whenever you want to start it. That's a great option as far as dipping your toes in the water. But those of you that have followed me for a while, I know many of you have, many of you have been waiting for a good opportunity to start taking a serious long-term investment approach. Well, now is the time for a couple reasons. First of all, you're getting an $800 discount off a full 365-day package, all right? That in itself is about as good as it gets. $800 discount for a full 1-year package. But that takes you through the next Super Bowl. It's basically this Super Bowl to the next. So what we're doing is we're including the next 2 weeks for free when you sign up. So if you sign up Saturday, you get the next 2 weeks plus. If you sign up Sunday, you're getting 14 days. If you sign up this Monday, it's 13 days. You get the deal. The sooner you get on board, the more free days you get up into the Super Bowl. Once again, it's a 1-year package from this Super Bowl 56 through next Super Bowl 57, February of 2023. And if you sign up right now, you get the next 2 weeks included as a bonus for free along with that $800 discount. No promo code needed. It's on my page right now, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Get there quicker with shortcut code WT.buzz/SM. Let's look at the late game on Sunday at 6:40 Eastern on Fox. NFC Championship game between the 49ers and Rams. And it's the 3rd time this season that these division rivals have faced off against each other. It's the 7th time in the past 3 seasons. And everybody knows, the media's been talking about it all week, the 49ers are 5-1 straight up, and more importantly, a perfect 6-0 against the spread. 6-0 straight up, 5-1 against the spread. The underdog, though, has covered all 6 times. And that's because the one time the Rams covered, they were a 7-point dog and lost by just 3 2 years ago. But once again, San Francisco has won 6 straight in this series, Shanahan versus McVay. Of course, McVay was under Shanahan. They were both on the Washington Redskins staff back in 2010 to 2013 season. And McVay was actually under Shanahan, and Shanahan has had his number. The teachers had the pupils' number, if you will, the last 3 years, going a perfect 6-0 straight up, 5-1 against the spread, including 2-0 already this year. And San Francisco was exactly a 3.5-point underdog in both of those straight-up dog wins this season. And now, lo and behold, they're a 3.5-point dog once again in the 3rd meeting. Little misleading, though, because first of all, the Rams were up 17-0 in the season finale back on January 9th, 3 weeks ago. San Francisco overcame a 17-0 first-half deficit to win that game in overtime to make the playoffs. And now what a run they've been on. Back-to-back outright underdog wins at Dallas and Green Bay. It was also the first time that McVay blew a halftime lead. He had been 43-0 straight up when leading at halftime. He was up 17-3 at the half of that game and gave it up. So a lot of crazy stuff had to happen just for the 49ers really to make the postseason, let alone to go on this current run. Now, San Francisco played well at Dallas. They were outplayed last week by Green Bay. They won that game because of special teams mistakes by the Packers. Very cold conditions, though. It wasn't good for San Fran. Now indoors in L.A., perfect weather regardless. Weather will not be an issue at this stadium, SoFi Stadium. So San Francisco will be more comfortable here in this arena. L.A., those looked really good. They had the nice, easy win against Arizona 2 weeks ago on Monday night. Then they went to Tampa last week on somewhat of a short week, one less day of prep time. And all that game went down to the wire, last-second field goal, extremely misleading because the Rams were dominating that game early. In fact, it was 20-3 before halftime. They fumbled on the 3-yard line. Otherwise, they would have been up 27-3 going into the break. So even though the final score made that game look close, the Rams really outplayed Tampa for the most part last week. And they had a 4-2 turnover disadvantage and still won that game. 4 turnovers, and they still led from start to finish, so for the most part. So LA does look like they're at a decent spot here. The line is 3.5, though, and that half a point is always so critical, right? NFL favorites win by exactly 3 nearly 10% of the time. So the difference between 3 and 3.5 is a 10% less chance that the Rams push or they lose versus pushing. So let's keep an eye on this point spread. As far as the public split on this game, I don't see much on either the side or total. A little bit of a lean towards San Francisco in some spots. You can make a case they're a little bit of a public dog. I'd say they're more of a public dog than Cincinnati, but pretty split action on both the side and total here. Once again, a lot of action on the over in the Cincinnati-Kansas City game. Pretty split on this game. I've seen them leaning a little bit under in some spots, most spots slightly over, but by default, as you all know, the public leans towards favorites in the overs. So I'd say this is your standard public lean to the over, not much. Basically, it's a wash. And as far as the 49ers, a little bit of public love for the dog in some spots, and that's why we have seen this line go from 3.5 down to 3.5 minus 120 on the dog. So as we head into the weekend, the Rams are 3.5 even in a lot of spots. So once again, if you like LA, I would wait and see if maybe you get a -3 on Sunday. Maybe it'll go to -3, minus 120. If you like the Niners, I'd go ahead and play the +3.5 now. I don't think it's going higher, and there is a chance it might hit that key number of only +3. Total has dropped a bit. It opened 47 last Sunday. It's now down to 45.5 in a lot of spots. So we've seen a little bit of action, as I said, once again, on the dog and the under in this game. But really no public consensus one way or the other. Nothing worth mentioning. As far as the matchup, I just covered, the recent meetings. LA obviously is a pass-heavy team. They throw for almost 8 yards per pass. They don't have much of a rushing attack. Despite winning 14 games this year, they only rush for 100 yards a game and only 3.9 yards per carry. The 49ers definitely qualify as the running underdog here, the better rushing attack. And you can make an argument they're probably the better defensive team as well. But it is their third straight road game in 3 weeks after back-to-back underdog wins. And one injury, both teams are pretty clean on the injury report, just like Kansas City and Cincy. But one injury that maybe is worth keeping an eye on, it's not getting a lot of talk this week, is starting left tackle Trent Williams, offensive left tackle for the 49ers. Trent Williams, Pro Bowl caliber tackle. The left tackle, of course, is so important in protecting the quarterback. LA does have a good pass rush. He has not practiced much this week. He's listed as a questionable with the ankle, and I expect him to probably go, but is he 100% healthy? Probably not. So keep an eye on Trent Williams' status on the offensive line, the left tackle position for the 49ers, something that might be a little bit under the radar as far as the mainstream media not talking a lot about it. Once again, that game kicks off at 6:40 Eastern Sunday night on Fox. Hope you found this information useful. Once again, 2 of the biggest NFL games of the season. They should be 2 good ones this Sunday on the NFL Conference Championships. But don't also forget about basketball. Look, got 2 big NFL games. That's what this video is talking about. But basketball is the bread and butter daily sport right now. I'm the #1 ranked college basketball capper the past 2 years combined since I joined WagerTalk.com. NBA has been fantastic this year as well. We average 2 to 3 basketball plays every day during this time of year. It's a great time to add to your bankroll. Football's still here, but basketball is the main sport. So really consider an all sports, all access option. 3 days for $49 on my page right now, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Or those of you that have been with me, that have followed me, and been waiting for a chance to get in on a good long-term investment package, now is the time to do so. You get the next 2 weeks free when you buy the 1-year special. It takes you from this Super Bowl all the way through next February 2023, and we're including the next 2 weeks for free along the way up to this Super Bowl, and you get an $800 discount. All for one package, no promo code needed. It's every sport, every day. Football, college and pro, basketball, college and pro, Major League Baseball, every day for the next year plus these next 2 weeks for free, and an $800 discount. No promo code needed. It's on my page right now, Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. Get there quicker with shortcut code WT.buzz/SM. Hey, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Steve Merril, 2 R's, 1 L, at Steve Merril on Twitter. If you found this useful, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe and hit that bell if you want instant alerts when these videos are posted every weekend. Starting next week, no NFL football, right? Well, guess what? I'm going to come back. We're going to start that college basketball top 25 video, just like I did for college football. going to start a college basketball top 25 video next weekend here on this channel. So be sure you hit subscribe and hit that bell for instant alerts. Thumbs up, and most importantly, leave me comments below. Let me know who you all like in the AFC and NFC Conference Championship games this weekend. Hey, let me know what your thoughts are on the overtime rule. I talked a lot about this week after that Buffalo game. I thought it was really unfair that the Bills never got the ball. It was a game in which both defenses were gassed. Whoever won that coin toss had a 65% chance of scoring, like the Chiefs did. I like the new adjustment where if you get a field goal, the other team gets the ball. But hey, if you get a touchdown, why can't the other team still get the ball? They got to score a touchdown, right? Let me know your thoughts on overtime. Do you like the college way of doing it? Do you like the NFL way? What tweaks would you make? I'd love to have your input. I value your opinions. I really honestly believe we have the sharpest sports bettors on the internet watching right here on WagerTalk TV. So like, subscribe, and comment below. I read all the comments and I reply back. I love the input and the support. Enjoy Championship Sunday in the NFL, AFC, NFC title games. Check back next weekend for some college basketball here on this channel. And then, of course, the Super Bowl a couple weeks away as well. As always, thanks for watching. Best of luck this weekend. Enjoy the games, and we'll talk to you soon right here on WagerTalk TV.